Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be covering one of my very own sales calls for Born to Close. For context, I have around a 95% close rate when I close to my own offer. I want to share a call with you guys today that was one of the most challenging calls I've taken in the past year and a half of having Born to Close as an offer. This girl came to me, she put a 2 out of 10 commitment level. She already had a coach, already invested in a coach a few weeks prior. She had barely any money, yet I still got her to sign up to an $8,000 program. So I'm going to give you a full call review, full call breakdown, show you exactly what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. If at any point in this call you're like, fuck, I wish I could sell like this, click the top link in the description, book a call with me or my team, grab a pen and paper, take some notes, let's jump in. Protect you when you wear it, so I thought you had one of those on, but
kind of similar, kind of same meaning with like Asian bracelets.
Okay, sick, good stuff. Transparently, obviously you were speaking on my setter, and my setter sent you none of the post-call resources, so that's not ideal, and he's actually going to get fired because of that. Because I've had enough of this, but we can still have a conversation. I was honest on my own calls and like, well, obviously it was a seller, so basically I'm still going to need the same context that you've given him. Obviously skimmed through the conversation, but she essentially didn't get sent anything before the call, and she put a 4 out of 10 commitment on our application form. So I was going to address that point in the whole call. I know you put a 4 out of 10 commitment on the thing, and that's fine.
Yes.
Just for a bit of context on how the calls go, really I want to show you how much value I can provide. I want to unpack why you're stuck, why you're not getting where you want to go. And then obviously if there's alignment, we can speak about the program Born to Close, okay?
Yeah.
So my framing of the sales calls for my own offer is I want to make sure I understand why you're stuck, provide you value, and then if I feel there's alignment, then we can get to the main program, okay? Cool. So I'm only going to go to the main program if there is alignment, if I know I can help, which obviously everyone I can help.
Yeah, absolutely.
In regards to the 4 out of 10, what I guess made you put 4 out of 10? I know as you said something about you got a coach already.
Yeah, I do have a mentor at the moment.
Who's your mentor?
And Josh Dunn, he's from Sydney.
So how long have you worked with him? Like a month?
Yeah, because very much I've only been in the space very recently as well.
What would make... I knew in my head that this is like a problem, like her having a mentor and only investing in like a month ago. So that was going to be the point I just keep ripping on the whole time. Did you jump on a call with me then if you're already working with him?
I guess that would have been your setters, your setter.
No, but like even if any of my students were in the DMs of another coach, like another coach was trying to set them, they would just ignore them or like completely not talk to them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I just find value in speaking to other people, whether or not it's a sales coach or just someone else in the community.
Okay, did he teach you that strategy?
No, that's just from my own personal standing.
What makes you think that that's useful? So now I'm just like, okay, well, help me understand why you booked a call if that's what you think.
Just trying to hear other perspectives or just connect with other people, see if they can provide.
You've been in the space for 2 months, yeah?
Only a month, just over a month.
On your form, you put 2 months. That's why I said 2. You've been in his program for a month only, or you've been in the space aware of how to get sales for more than a month?
Less than, overall everything, less than 2 months.
Okay, so 2 months roughly. How many people have you connected with, jumped on calls with, and spoke to about sales?
Less than 10.
Okay, do you know like the actual number?
I would say 10.
How much does that contribute to your success so far?
Probably not a lot.
So it's like, okay, if you've got a coach, why is he not telling you to stop wasting your time going around networking with people? So what made you, like, I know you're on a call with me, and I'm not doing it to be a dick, I actually care, and transparent, I know I'm better than your coach, because my students wouldn't be doing what you're doing right now. Yeah. So like conviction is going to get this girl over the line, and also like heavy framing, because I'm brutal on my calls, especially for my own offer. So a lot of framing of like, I'm saying this because I care. I'm not trying to be a dick. This is like constantly what comes out of my mouth. So then that way they know it's in their best interest and it's got pure intentions. It's like not a debate in my mind. So what I'm trying to understand is if you know that it doesn't help you get to your goal, jumping on calls with people and like just talking to them for fun, why do you continue to do it?
Just in the sense of, I think I do it in the terms of trying to connect more and also trying to see if it will give me a leeway into getting an offer.
Okay, that's fair. What have you done the past month and a half, 2 months with your coach to land an offer?
Currently just revising over my skills, abilities, obviously getting used to setting closing frameworks.
Okay, so have you landed, like, have you tried to land a role at all?
Oh, I have. I was on a setting offer, but there wasn't, which is why I left.
Okay, how long did you wait?
I left at the start of this week.
Have you got any other roles in the pipeline and things like this?
I've applied for a couple of offers, still waiting back on them. And
my first number one goal of my sales calls for Born to Close and just like coaching in general is finding what the real thing that's holding the person back is. Okay?
Obviously, gonna apply for more.
What advice did your coach give you in regards to vetting roles?
Sorry.
What advice did your coach give you in regards to like vetting? Also, simultaneously on this call, I'm needing to find a way to poke holes in what her coach is advising her on, so that way she realizes that I will be able to help her way more than her coach can currently help her. Vetting roles before you jump on them.
Not much. Like, what do you mean exactly in terms of like making sure they're good offer in the first place?
Before you jump on and waste your time.
Mm.
Did he teach you anything about that?
Yeah, he did briefly. However, I just jumped into it to gain some experience rather than have none at all.
Okay, and that's fine. It's once again like another common misconception. But did you do that because everyone's been telling you need experience to apply for their roles, and therefore you thought if you got some experience, they'd let you apply?
Yes, straight out.
But that's not the way it works. Like, what do you think the people are really looking for when they ask for experience?
Obviously.
Now let's start dismounting the beliefs. Her coach is giving her advice that she can only apply for certain roles because she doesn't have experience. But that's once again just a limiting belief. It's not true.
If you have transferable skills. However, I thought that was the case until I was on the V-Shred interview, and that really...
I've had 12 people hired by V-Shred because I was their second top closer last month, and half of them have no experience.
Then I'm not sure what happened along that line.
No, I understand it because you've accepted a limitation to be true. If you genuinely believed in your heart and soul, it doesn't matter if you've got experience or not because you're completely competent. You would be able to display that on an interview.
He only asked me what was my sales experience, and that was all.
In the DM, in the email, or call?
In the call.
What did you say to him?
It was a group interview with Ian, and he asked everyone for introduce yourself, sales experience, and then afterwards he jumped straight into telling everyone about the offer, if anyone has any questions, and then straight afterwards to shoot him an email.
Right. Okay. What did you say when he asked about your experience?
I told him about everything, about my previous experiences and capabilities and overall, yeah, just overall everything.
Can you tell me exactly what you said?
I talked about how I had experience as an event ticket sales, as well as being an appointment setter, and my experience in customer service and just sales overall over the past like 10 years.
Okay. So the thing is, that once again is like this, because if you made it make sense in his head, like he'd be more impressed. If you like, you could say like, yeah, I've got experience in ABC. Cool, you answered his question. But in a group interview, how does that make you stand out? Because I'm sure everyone in that interview room also has the fear that they don't have experience and feel like they need to back it up with other experience. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
So what if you said to Ian instead, which is what my students do, like if he was like, hey, do you have experience? Let's just assume I had 0. I would literally just say like, transparently, I've got 0 experience. Like, I'm not going to beat around the bush and make it seem like I have experience and X, Y, Z and things of that nature. But what are you really looking for with experience, Ian? It came out to you. Well, yeah, we're looking for someone who can get the job done. But just because someone's got experience, does that mean they can get the job done? Have you ever hired someone, Ian, that even though they've been in sales for 2 years, have done bad on the offer? Have you ever hired someone that's got no experience and done really good in the first 3 months? And the reason I'm asking these questions, Ian, is not because I'm trying to challenge your thought process. Yes, experience can equal competency, but just because someone's got experience, it doesn't mean they're actually good at what they do. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to be someone who, even though I haven't got experience, I guarantee I'll be one of the top reps in the next 6 months. If you said that to him, how much more impressed do you think he'd be?
I think I was just, I completely understand where you come from. It was definitely something that I was planning to add and say more when he continued to ask more questions. But I think I was just stopped on the spot when I realized like that was the whole interview. Like I was so ready for a role play, so ready for more questions in order to showcase myself, but it just ended abruptly there. And I emailed him asking him more follow-up questions, but he just hasn't responded. So
but first impressions matter.
They do.
So like you're probably seeing, like the whole strategy right now is finding the gaps in her knowledge and making her realize that she cannot fill those gaps with her current coach and she cannot fill those gaps on her own because I'm the only person in the world that's highlighted the gaps to her. Okay. So I'm like loosening the grip on the way she views the sales space because the current way she views the sales space isn't actually a good one. And more importantly, certainty matters. Like, I'll give you an example. I'm gonna get engaged to my girlfriend in the next like couple months. Yeah, I met her like 7 months ago. I bought a ring after 3 months.
Really?
Yeah. I'm super certain in my decisions. Yeah, but my point is, my girlfriend, this person I'm gonna marry, have kids with, have a great future with. When I first met her, she gave me an objection. Yeah, she said to me, "I have a boyfriend," and I didn't believe her, so I objection handed her on the spot in Portuguese. Yeah, not even in English. And my point is, she basically was like, no, I have a boyfriend, I have a boyfriend, I have a boyfriend. But I had so much confidence and certainty that I ended up with just being like, okay, do you have any friends then? And then she was like, yes. She took my number to give to her friends, and then she messaged me later that night.
Oh,
Messaged me, yeah, she was like, I lied. You were super confident and certain, and it kind of threw me off guard, but I want to go out with you. My point is, like, certainty leaks through people, makes you memorable. It makes them gravitate towards you. So in an interview, certainty is your biggest asset. My business partner Jack never worked for a company that does more than less than 7 figures a year. Yeah, he's also at some point had no experience and landed a role like that. But what did he say on that interview? He said to them, "What's your KPI? Because I'm looking to come in and fucking destroy it." Who goes on an interview and says that? No one. It makes you. So I think one of the best ways to, I guess, sell when it's your own offer is give very personal examples of you doing what they think they can't do firsthand. So like, to raise your point, rather than like, oh, skydiving analogy or like walking over a bridge analogy, like these ones are kind of universal ones that work on generic offers. But if it's your own offer, or if it's an offer that you've genuinely went through the process for, it's better to just use personal history, personal stories, because then it just like really lands the points, and they're like, oh fuck, he's done it, he's done it, he's done it, so therefore he must know how to do it and teach it. Like new and novel, like novelty, you know what I mean?
yeah, I understand.
I'm not trying to like rant at you, and I just want to like give you value. But my point is, it all boils down, if you look into it, to a certain level, a level of your belief and certainty.
Yeah.
Because for you to display that and put that onto someone else, you need to genuinely believe it in your heart and soul. So now I took it to the where the real bottleneck is, which is the rest of the conversation goes there. And I took her to the point where it's like, look, you're only not showing up in interviews the way you want to. You're only not being successful in sales the way you want to because you don't have a certain level of self-belief. Do you agree with me? Like, I've seen into her soul, and now I'm going to open that up. You know what I mean? It's like me saying, my name's Daniel. Like, you can't convince me otherwise. If I'm in an interview and you cannot convince me that my lack of experience is irrelevant, is relevant, then I will leak that out to you and show you why it's relevant. I don't have experience because I genuinely believe it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
I think it's because I was holding on to the belief because so many people were telling me that, or so many, much of it was just showing to me that I needed experience or something to showcase for.
Yep. Exactly. I agree. And that's mainly people's problem with that. I mean, I was in the same boat. I'm not like beating you up.
I'm going to pause you right now because I want to let you guys in on a little secret. Even though these YouTube videos that you're watching are extremely valuable, it's only 5% of what we teach inside of the Born to Close Mastermind. So I would literally be a prick if I didn't offer you the opportunity to join and increase your skill sets as well. So go to the link in the top of the description, book a call to speak to me or a member of my team, and we will show you the exact roadmap on how to get closer to those 40, 50K months in high ticket sales and improve your life. Now let's get back to the video.
Being like you're silly or anything like that. Like, I was on a bad offer for 3 or 4 months, so I didn't know how to bet them. And then when I decided that like I am valuable, I can work in a 7-figure company, I landed a role in the next 2 weeks. Yeah. What other? Because if you look at it, that's just a limiting belief. It's a belief you borrowed from someone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't serve you really, because if you had the most empowering belief, it doesn't matter. So how many more beliefs do you feel like you hold that maybe you borrowed from someone else or created that doesn't serve you and is hindering your progress in sales? Sound like, okay, we found one of your limiting beliefs. How many more do you think you have?
I'm not sure. I think, I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, if you were to know, do you think you've got a lot? Do you think you've got just that one?
I feel like I used to have a lot, but with the whole sales journey, I've definitely managed to overcome a couple. But in terms of what I have left, it's still a journey to figure it out myself.
That's good. So you're right. They're unconscious, yeah. So you're not like going to be able to spit out a number. So it was a trick question. It was a trick question. Like, you're not going to be able to tell me like, oh yeah, I've got 22. Yeah. But the point is, like, if you've got that one, and I'm the first one to make you aware of it. Yeah. Imagine sitting there for like an hour with me, and I ask you a bunch of questions, and I just reveal your limiting beliefs, and you've got like 30 or 40. Because that's what most people have. What are the chances you're going to get to the 10, 20, 30K a month if you don't even know you're carrying 30 kilograms of limiting beliefs?
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think there's a... I've highlighted the bottleneck that her coach can't solve. Limiting beliefs, self-belief, confidence, knowing that you're going to get to the goal, conviction. Her coach can't give her that. So I'm like taking her to all the bottlenecks that her coach can't solve. And most coaches in the sales space can't solve. Is it a big chance or a small chance?
There's probably a big chance I have a lot.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. I feel like,
You just feel it?
I mean, there must be a lot if I'm not able to get where I want to be at the moment, even though I do know I have the capabilities and ability to be in that position.
If I was to ask you to describe to me you being at your goal, what would you say?
Describe to you where I want to be.
Mm.
Successful.
And how does that look specifically? How would you know you're there?
I think when my parents are able to tell me that I've made it.
What would they say? So now I've conquered the bottleneck. Like, I've found it. I know what it is. It's belief, internal work, these things that's holding her back. And it's most sales reps that are held back by this thing. Because it doesn't matter what sales training you do. Doesn't matter what skills you have. Doesn't matter what offer you're on. If that internal world isn't dialed in, if you're not the type of person who actually can make 45K a month internally, you're not going to do it. Okay, that's why obviously in Born to Close we do that a lot. And if you're actually looking to learn how to do that, and you know that your current sales training, or any coaches you've worked with in the past, or even if you're currently working with a coach and you want to continue to work with that coach, we can provide value in terms of dialing in your internal game, mastering your state, and then in turn being able to make even more money. Okay, so if you're interested in that, go to the top of the link in the description. You can book a call with me or a member of my team, and we can help you actually sorting out the internal world. And I'm not talking about some shallow introspective shit. I'm talking about like real deep stuff that if you implement will change your life forever. Okay, so go book a call if you want to talk about that. But let's jump back into it.
Yes, I can just say they're proud of me. I think that's all really much what it comes to.
Are you proud of yourself?
I am. I'm very proud of myself.
Very good. So when did you decide that your definition of success is somewhat like your parents telling you they're proud of you? And that's fine. I agree. Like, one of the visualizations I do is my mum telling me she's proud of me. But what made you decide that? Why is that significant to you?
It's just always been the case growing up, and very much still stands true.
Have they told you they're proud of you before?
They have not.
Never?
No.
So we found like a very, very painful point. Her strong why is having her parents care for her and say they're proud. And she's never experienced that in her whole life. And the issue with that is, I know for her to have the goal, she needs to have it internally first, but she hasn't experienced it. So therefore she hasn't got an internal representation of what that looks like. And therefore she's not going to take the right actions and decisions to have them be proud of her. Okay?
That's not how agents do it.
So what would have to happen to make them say they're proud of you? What do you think would have to happen?
I wouldn't know. If I had known, I would have been doing it.
Okay. What do you think the chances of you having the outcome you desire is if you can't even clearly internally make a representation of it?
I'm not so sure. I feel like all of this is just a process of me trying to figure that out.
But what I'm asking is, if you cannot internally have it, how do you expect it to come out into the external world?
Mm.
Do you think it's possible?
I'm not quite understanding.
So in order for you to get what you want, which is an emotional state of having someone feel proud of you, you feeling loved and things like this. I'm not saying you don't feel loved, but like, people don't want things, they want the emotional state that comes from the thing. Yeah?
Yeah.
I bought this Rolex, I got an emotional state from buying the Rolex, it filled out my significance need. Yeah? But my point is, if you don't know exactly what you're striving towards, looks, feels like when you have it, how do you expect it to actually come into reality and fruition?
I understand. I wouldn't know.
It's like impossible, yeah?
Yeah.
Because it's a bit like you smiling in the mirror. For you to see a smile in the mirror, you need to internally make a representation that decides that, and then there's a lag, and then you smile in the mirror. You see the smile. Does that make sense? So it's the exact same thing with your goals. Like, we did an event in Brazil. I don't know if you've seen that. Okay, we did an event in Brazil. Obviously, I live in Brazil. And at the event, we didn't speak about sales once. Okay, cool. We spoke about why the topics we're talking about leaking the sales. But we sat around with everyone in the room for an hour, 2 hours, unpack their specific bottleneck. They all start with some external thing. Like, I don't have the skill. I don't have a good role. I can't get a job because I don't have experience. They all started with these things. Yeah. And when me and Jack chunked it down, every single time it boiled down to a lack of emotional conviction and a lack of ability to already have the goal internally. Because for you to have the goal externally, you need to internally be the person that has the goal already. If you don't know what the goal is, how can you internally be that person already?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because you're not going to take the right actions, have the right emotional conviction if you can't comprehend what it's actually going to be like when your parents tell you they're proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you need a what I'd recommend is an exercise you do in the program. You need to literally visualize and put yourself in a position where internally you've already got the goal. You've literally seen it thousands of times that your parents have told you they're proud of you. And you need to remember how that makes you feel. That'll make you feel accomplished, at peace, loved, proud of yourself even more. And then you operate out of that state. It's like a radio station. It's like a radio station. You tune in to, like, let's just say it's 850 hertz, where you feel proud, accomplished, loved, all these things I just said. That's the radio station of your desired reality. You need to be disciplined enough to stay in that radio station, make actions in the position of having that radio station, and then in turn, the external world changes what you want. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of like how to say it? Going into the frequency of the person that you want to become in order for you to become that person, and manifestation.
Exactly, but it's more about you already have the emotional state of what you want. It's not going into it. You have it. You have it because whether you've got a Rolex or not, your mind cannot tell the difference if you have the external or the internal. It just creates images. So if you already have it internally, and like, what you talk about, mate, I've already got Rolex, even if I don't. Like, I'm going to operate from that frequency, and then eventually I will have one. But what do you notice that all of the problems that maybe you thought you had are actually boiling down to?
This is me just like completely value bombing her and like changing her whole perspective and opinions on the high ticket sales world and just success in general. So she's probably like in her head, like, this is a lot, but it's all true and it's all stuff she needs to work on to get to her goals. And that's why she joins in the end. But obviously we'll carry on the call. She gives me objections, all this stuff. So we'll see how I handle those.
What do you mean, sorry?
So all the problems we spoke about, like maybe you've decided that some roles can't give you them because you don't have experience. You've mentioned that you can't even comprehend your parents telling you they're proud of you, and therefore that's why it's not going to happen at the moment. But what do you see all these problems are actually boiling down to? Do you know this?
Not quite.
Well, do you see that all of them are just like internal things?
Internal? Yes, I do.
And I know that's like thrown out there and it's like everyone speaks about it, but what element of internal work do you have in your current program?
Not much. Just some more of a sense of.
So I knew that she wasn't going to have that in there because barely anyone does. There's maybe like 2-3 coaches in the space. Okay, well, what do you have with what you've currently got that's actually going to solve the state stuff that's really the real bottleneck?
Like, not much.
So what use would sales training be to you if you cannot even comprehend your desired reality? How useful would that be if you can't even comprehend what you want? You can't even internally have it already. What do you think?
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. It doesn't provide me as much value if I don't understand what's happening internally before I try it externally.
I mean, I could give you all the best sales training in the world, like $100,000 worth. But if I give you all that and you study your fucking brains out, like, even if I do that with you, what are the chances you get to your desired reality if you cannot comprehend it internally, no matter how much sales training you have? What do you think?
Yeah, I understand.
Understand the answer to the question. Would you get there, yes or no?
No, I wouldn't.
And I was like, look, you're basically just saying to me now what you've got doesn't work. So you're going to need something new if you want to solve the problem.
So what's your game plan going forward with your current coach, who doesn't provide any insight into visualization, getting rid of limiting beliefs, giving you confidence, actually allowing you to have the goal internally? What's your game plan to solve that problem?
I'll probably have to hop on another call with you. And
On another call with him?
Yeah, I'll have another call with him. It's like, he hasn't fucking highlighted you the problem in 2 months. What's going on?
Why would you want to have another call with him? How many calls have you had with him?
I've had a couple. Well, we have group ones and then our one-on-one ones every week as well.
How many one-on-ones have you had in the last month? 4? 3?
4.
So why hasn't he highlighted to you what I've just highlighted to you within 40 minutes or 30 minutes?
I guess it was never brought up.
No, because he hasn't actually coached you properly. Like, my students don't need to bring up that they've got internal problems. I dig into them and show them. And then I invested $100,000 into actually solving them as well. I've learned hypnosis, I've learned Kabbalah, I've learned NLP, I've learned human behavior, NCI. Like, my whole philosophy is state. Because I don't care how much sales training you got. I've been in programs that $16,000 sales training. I've got students who were in the same programs as me. I went from 0 to 45K a month. They were still stuck at 2K a month after the same year. So if everyone's in the same skill-based training, everyone's got access to the same roles, what factor is it going to boil down to? State and the person.
Yeah.
But that's why you go into a sales training, you see someone at 40K with the same training, same role, and someone at 2K. When I was at B-Shred a year and a half ago, I became their top rep in 3 months, or the second top rep, sorry. Yeah. 3 months, I had 3 months experience on a bad role, landed B-Shred. 3 months later, I was second top rep. When I was on that role and I started making money, 10 people from my program, Objection Box, wanted to join B-Shred. Because they looked at me, oh my God, that role was so good. Every single one of them got fired within the first 2 months. They thought it was the role. They thought it was the skills and the Objection Box getting the skills. But it was always boiled back down to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying this because I'm great. I wanted to highlight to you that if you're not doing this state work, if you're not rewiring your conditioning, and I understand where are you, what race are you? Vietnamese. So I understand in Asian culture, there's like a high degree of pressure on kids to like get certain outcomes, yes? So I understand that, but because you've been conditioned in that way, and it's not your parents' fault, they didn't know you better, and a lot of people don't know, it's not like they did it in bad intent, they did it in good intent. And the thing is, if you growing up from 0 to 7, 0 to 14 years old, you have never had the feeling of someone being proud of you or never had that external representation of that, it's going to be a lot of responsibility on your part to learn how to comprehend being proud, like getting felt that you're proud of. But you've never been given it externally, so now it's your responsibility to internally learn how to do it yourself. Because then in turn, parents will tell you.
Yes.
Does that make sense? I'm like super, you might not expect this from like a sales coach, but I'm not like, I don't care about objection track, word track. Yeah. I care about this. This is the secret. Everything else falls into place if this is dialed in. So I guess for you, what is the outcome you're looking for? Is it 10K a month, 20K a month? What do you want?
Yeah, 20K a month.
Okay. Do you feel like when you hit 20K a month, your parents will tell you they're proud of you?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Close your eyes. I'll do an exercise with you. What is the last thing that has to happen for you to know that you've got your goal?
What is the last thing that needs to happen for me to reach my goal?
So I knew she couldn't actually create an image of what she wants, which is a problem. So I've like close your eyes, tell me what's there.
What is the last thing that has to happen to know you had it? How would you know you had your goal?
My parents telling me they're proud of me.
Can you imagine that? Can you see it?
Not quite.
Okay. Can you try to see it? Can you imagine your mom, your dad, whoever you choose?
I cannot.
Okay. That's fine. It's not like a bad thing. It's just doing that because if you could see it and you could comprehend it, I promise you it would happen.
She can't understand it, so I have to like show her like this is the fucking biggest problem. It's not something your coach can just magically give you. It's like some skill and some script.
You'd be able to see it first. What do you think of our conversation so far?
It's given me a lot to think about. I think I was so focused on externally trying to improve my skills that I didn't focus on internal.
Okay. So I know that your biggest reason for not being committed was having a coach, but besides that, what are the chances you think you have with me to get your goals? Do you think the chance would be higher or lower with or without me?
It would be higher.
Do you want to stack the probability in your favor?
I see where you're coming from. I just at the moment don't have the investments to.
So she doesn't want to like just say yes. Yeah, I don't have the investment. Not true. Okay, she puts a down payment down and then she like comes back and does a 3 pay, but she has the money.
We're not talking about investment. I'm talking about do you want to stack the probabilities in your favor?
Of course, always.
So when you say you don't have the investment, we can talk about and haven't even run you through the program. Is that something you'd be willing to get results with to actually make sure you can get your goal sooner? Because I don't care if you was in my program for 1 month, I would have highlighted this to you in the first 2 hours. And then you wouldn't have this problem a month later. Do you understand?
Yeah, I completely understand. Logically, yes, for sure.
What about emotionally?
Emotionally, like it's just like I feel like I need more time just to sit myself.
Time for what specifically?
I don't know why.
You don't know why? Well, if you were to know.
I guess just to give more time for this mentorship a chance.
What are you waiting for though? If they don't actually tell you?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going to a gym that doesn't have dumbbells, and the only way I can get big biceps is using dumbbells. But they don't have dumbbells. But I want to wait till my membership runs out, and then I'll go to a gym that has dumbbells. Doesn't make sense, yeah. So I understand it's just fear. It's lack of self-belief. It's lack of confidence. It's that fear and worry that she's going to jump into my thing and then that's not going to be the thing. So she's spent her money again. But we're not going to accept that. We're going to help her overcome it. Yeah.
From the first month, what you need to work on?
Sure.
It's like someone who wants to be a professional basketball player and they end up in a program for like tennis.
Mm.
And then they're like, yeah, I'm gonna wait until I finish my tennis program to then play basketball. But you want to play basketball now.
Mm.
And it's fine. I invested in 2 programs before I found my first good one.
Mm.
Yeah, I invested in the first one, paid like $1,000 for it, not that much. Within a month, I realized it.
Do you see how I've like embodied what they're going through every time? So like that is a big key as well. Like they can only feel my intensity and conviction because I've literally went through and conquered what they went through, what they're going through, sorry. That's why I don't need to like spin up weird analogies all the time. Like I've lived what they want to live. I've lived what they need to live in order to get to their goals.
They weren't good enough. I realized there's other people who I'm competing with who are working with the best because this is a competitive space.
It
How
is.
are you going to compete with my students when your coach can't even tell you you've got an internal problem?
Mm.
Do you think you can compete with them?
Mm.
If all of my students wake up every day knowing they have their goal, they can literally fucking close their eyes and see it, and you can't see anything, do you think you're going to beat them?
No.
So if you stay with your coach, you can't beat my students. You can't compete with them.
So, you made a mistake, you learned from it. You definitely learned something from your coach as well. You learned something from it. You learned sales skills. With all due respect, he hasn't highlighted this to you, and I don't believe he can give it to you like I can. Because he talk about it. If it's my USP, that's literally all I talk about, and if he doesn't even think to ask about it, why do you think he's going to be able to coach it? Because he hasn't even spoke about it.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Mm.
So, where's your head at? Do you feel like, do you trust me to help you or not?
I do.
Okay. So, I know that you said investment-wise, you don't have the money, and that's fine. We can speak about logistics. I'm happy to help in things. But if we were to find something that was aligned financially, and you do trust me enough to get you to a goal, do you want to hear about the program?
No.
You don't want to hear about it?
I think I'm okay.
Sorry?
I think I'll be okay.
You think you'll be okay? That doesn't sound too certain.
Yeah. So let's just keep going back. Let's keep looping. Let's keep breaking down our belief system. Showing her what is really going on as opposed to what she thinks is going on. Showing her what she really needs as opposed to what she thinks she needs. That is the loop. That is the pattern. It's more of a coaching call than a sales call, but that is what high ticket sales is.
Yeah,
What makes you not want to hear about it if it's pretty obvious that you're not that certain in your goals?
I feel like I really need to like sit myself for a moment.
Okay. To do what?
Just to think. I don't know.
Would you say to a prospect on your call, if you highlighted to them that they have a blind spot that they didn't know about, and you've got the solution to that blind spot, what would you tell them if they gave you this objection?
Well, yeah. I see what you're
Would you just say, hey, yeah, go think about it, even though you know it's not the best thing for them?
No, I wouldn't.
What would you say?
I'd obviously address their problem and have them.
What would you say? Okay, let's role play for a second.
Role play.
Yeah, I want to think about it. I don't want to hear about the program. And yeah, I agree with everything you said. But yeah, I want to just think about it first.
Yeah, what is it? What is it that you want to think about?
Yeah, I need to think about everything you just spoke about today.
And why is that?
Because it's like super scary, and even though I know you've got like complete reasoning, and
Show me how you're going to handle it.
I agree with everything you said. I've already bought another coach's program, and I want to see how that hands out.
Mm. And I completely understand where you're coming from. It's just in the case of, obviously it wasn't. I'm just.
Okay, that's fine. So if your coach has taught you skills last month, why can't you handle that objection? Do you see why you can't?
Mm. Yeah.
Do you see?
So I'm taking it back to like your skill is completely irrelevant if your belief system is fucked.
Why you can't handle it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
I don't have enough conviction in myself, anyways. In order.
Conviction yourself. You buy into my beliefs. That's why you get me the objections. So whenever you get an objection that is in your belief system, you cannot handle their objection.
Yeah.
You believe it well.
Yeah.
You're in your head. You're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. They've been in the program for 1 month and they don't want to waste more money. So therefore, like, let's just keep them here and let them fail.
Mm.
What are the chances you make 10K a month as a closer if you can't literally hold every single person to a high standard?
Mm.
Let alone 20.
Mm.
Because even if the Easter egg said to you, hey, let's role play, and you did that, they wouldn't have fired you.
Yeah.
This call is not about beating you up, but do you also see that the reason you're not investing in yourself is because if you knew 100 million% that if you work with me for 6 months, you would get to your goal, would you care about letting go of your money? Even if you program.
No.
So do you see how you even not wanting to invest in me is also a lack of belief?
Yeah.
Because if you knew hand on heart you'd be there in a year, you would be all over it no matter how much it costs. No?
Yes.
So my point is, like, why do you not believe in yourself? And you might say consciously you do, but all of your actions, which are unconscious, are showing otherwise.
I'm not sure.
If you were to be sure, I'll give you a minute to think about it because you have the answer. What do you think causes you to not believe that you're going to get the goal?
I don't know. For me, I just want to give it more time. Just a little bit more time.
I'm not asking about time. I'm asking you about why you don't believe.
Just like trying to take it somewhere else. I'm like, I'm not asking you that. Tell me.
Because that's not a timing thing. That's a decision in the moment.
Mm.
This is a safe space. You can tell me why you don't believe.
I don't know. I just.
Do you think that if you go back and think about it, you're going to believe in yourself anymore?
No.
So what would make you want to do the thing that doesn't help you believe in yourself, even though that's the problem? I understand it's scary. I completely get it.
So now I'm like, look, let me just empower her. I've done enough of like opening up and shattering her worldview and being like, look, the way you've been viewing it's completely wrong. This is how you should be viewing it. And unfortunately, you're on this side of the bridge and you want to get to that side of the bridge. So now I need to empower her to be brave and come with me.
Do you know my story?
Tell my own story. Okay, because I know she didn't watch the prequel video and the prequel video tells the story. So maybe she would have been a bit more bought into me if I had showed her the video before the call. But now I'm going to tell her firsthand.
So 2.5 years ago, I was in university, yeah? I was 19. I was suicidal in university.
And the reason I do this is because, like, she's going to put herself in the hero's journey, and you'll see that I tactically put her objections in my story.
I literally went to go and jump off a bridge. Obviously, I didn't. I phoned my mom. I was on the way to the bridge. I cried. She cried. She convinced me not to do it. Yeah? The reason I was suicidal was because I was in an environment where I weren't doing what I wanted to do. I didn't feel like anyone was proud of me. And everyone was completely different in that place. And I was miles away from home. I was like 7-8 hours drive away. So I went back to my hometown. Then my granddad got pancreatic cancer. Yeah. So my granddad, in my opinion, was one of the fucking best guys I've ever met. Have you watched The Godfather?
No, I haven't.
Okay, it's a good movie, so watch it. But he reminds me of him. Yeah. Everyone comes to him with like advice. Everyone respects him. He's super calm. He's super intelligent. All these things. I also thought he'd be invincible. Yeah. So when I saw him get pancreatic cancer and basically deteriorate in front of my eyes for 4 months, and see him get so weak, so brittle to the point where he couldn't even roll over in bed. I had to do it. When I seen that firsthand, that completely changed my perspective on life. And then when he passed away at his funeral in May 2023, he left a video singing a song that basically the intention behind the song is to be confident, look the world in the eye, and go for what you want. Yeah, that's the intention behind it. So he left it. He was like, if you're seeing this, you're at my funeral. He sang a song, and I took the meaning from it of like, he's right. There is no use in me not believing in myself, not going for what I really want, not knowing I can do it. There's no use in me doing that. So from that moment, I decided that if someone's going to save my family, if someone's going to be able to get my family out of poverty, because my family used to lend $20 off me for a pizza. Like that's the sort of poor I come from. Can't even order a pizza or a Domino's, whatever. Yeah. So I was like, okay, if my dad's not going to do it, he's an alcoholic. He's not going to do it. My brother's 2 or 1 at the time. My sister's 15. I don't expect her to do it. My mom's not going to do it. And I definitely don't want my mom going through the struggle. I'm going to have to do it. So I did everything in my power to get to where I am. I decided in September 2023, I'm going to do this. I invested $1,000, not only $1,000. Didn't work out. I was in there for 2 months. I invested another $3,000. I sold stuff to get that money. But you know, after 2 months, didn't work out. Realized the coach was teaching the wrong shit. He was teaching us how to network and find roles.
See, I realized the coach was teaching the wrong shit, which is true as well. I'm not just saying it for fun. But then I had to move on and invest in another coach.
But I didn't even believe myself. So I had to like suck it up and be like, okay, I made the wrong decision, but at least I know better now. Let me make a new one. Third program, objection box, great program. Yeah, I joined there. Once again, I had to join a payment plan. I had to scrape by every month. I had to sell my basketball shoes, my PC, everything. I got in. 3 months passed, didn't make it. Like I made like 2K a month, 3K a month. Yeah.
Showing our resourcefulness.
April, I upgraded to the higher one. So the first one was 5K for objection box. I upgraded to the 16K one before I even made 10K. Joined on $1,000 a month payment plan. I was like, look, I'll pay you off. I want to do this. That very same month I decided that, I'd invested $22,000 at that point, something like this. That was the month I hit my first 10K month. April 2024. Then from April 2024 to December, I went from 10K to 45K. But all of that started from a poor, broke, depressed English kid who decided that he's going to be the one to save his family and decided that he was the one who's worthy and capable of doing that. He's going to do everything in his power to get there. So I'm not saying this to like be like, oh, my story's so great, because it's a good story, cool. But my point is that humans respond well to stories, and hopefully you extracted some principles from that shows certain character traits that maybe you need to adopt and decide in the moment to get to your goals. Do you know what I mean? So I understand it's scary, like I said, but I fucking promise you, I'll be with you every single step of the way.
So story, vulnerability, installing principles through story form that I want her to adopt, now going into empowerment and knowing that allowing her to know that I'm going to be with her, because that's important when someone's fearful.
You know, and I understand it's not cool. It's not something that's like easy to do. If you're brave enough to hold my hand, I fucking promise you, there's no coach in the space who's going to be able to get you closer to your goals. As good as I can. Are you brave enough to hold my hand to get to your goals?
I don't know.
That's fine.
I don't know.
And don't have like your conscious mind running and being like thinking about the money. I'm asking you, brave. What have you decided in recent time that maybe other normal people can't decide, but you've decided?
So now I'm giving her a reference point that she is brave. The thing that she thinks she isn't, she actually is. If she chooses to be.
Not sure.
Think about it. There's going to be something that you've done or decided to do that other people are unwilling to decide to do.
I guess enter this space.
Good. So is that a bit of proof that you are brave? How did you feel when you decided to enter the space?
Made they feel good.
Yeah. Did you feel like you could fucking conquer Earth?
Not quite, but
Yeah. Okay. So you felt good. What emotions specifically?
I guess hopeful. Had a bit of direction.
Good. Did you tell your parents?
No.
Did they still not know?
Sorry?
Did they still not know?
No.
So if they haven't told you already, I want to say I'm proud of you. Yeah? Because it's not easy to decide to Basically do something that you know that other people are probably not going to be cool with. You probably know is deep down the best thing for you and your family, maybe in some way. Do you agree? What makes it the best thing for you and your family, do you think, that you've decided to do this and pursue this?
I guess because there's a chance and hope, opportunity that it will lead us into a better life.
And what would that better life look like?
Just a lot more time together and off work.
Could you elaborate on that? Do your parents work a lot and you want more time with them?
Yeah, they do work a lot,
Have they worked a lot since you was a little girl?
always.
Do you wish you had more moments and time with them when you were younger?
It's not a case of I'm with them. It's a case of just time off work.
What do you mean? Could you explain why that's important to you?
Just because of I know how much they work.
And what bothers you about that?
They're just always working. They just never have time to themselves.
Do you think they want time to themselves?
I don't know.
Yeah. So when did you decide, how old are you, sorry, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 23.
23, okay. So how old were you when you, I guess, realized that you wanted to help your parents in that way that gives them free time? Was you 23?
Sorry.
How old are you, sorry?
23, yes.
So you decided when you were 23?
Oh no, I've been knowing this for ever since I was a little girl.
Like 7, 5, 4, 10?
Yeah. Primary.
A lot of responsibility for a little girl. Yeah? How do you feel with that responsibility? Does it excite you? Does it scare you?
No, I think I've always had come to terms with it because being the oldest, especially eldest child.
You got siblings as well?
2 younger.
How old?
We're still in school.
Okay, that's cool. So my point is, once again, we both agree that the biggest thing that's bothering you right now is that it scares you to take every step in your power to get to your goals, yes?
Yeah.
But what actually scares you more? The thought of pulling the trigger and working with a coach is going to help you get to your goals, and you letting go of a little bit of money, or does it scare you more? Continue.
I've unpacked where this fucking goal comes from. When she decided she wants to be the daughter that saves her parents, and it's from the age of 10. Yeah, when we're leaning into that, that's a completely different conversation.
You're on the exact same trajectory that you've been on for however many years, because I know you've only been in the sales space for 2 months, but you decided this when you was a little girl. So would it scare you more looking back at life when you're 30, 40, 50 years old, your parents are getting old, they've still had to work their bones off for 10, 20 years. You've continued to let down that little girl who decided that she was going to be the one who helps her parents out. Does it scare you more looking back at life then? Or does it scare you more betting on yourself and working with a coach who actually is going to fucking get you to your goals? What scares you more of the two options? You've only been in the sales space for 2 months, but you decided this when you was a little girl.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't want to, I just don't want to see you, who is very much like where I was when I was 19, not manifest what you really want because of fear. And as you can probably tell, I can't not want that more than you. You have to want it more than me. Because I will stay on the call with you for hours. I don't care. I know it's getting late for you, but that's why I was a 45K month closer. Because I can't stand the thought of letting people sell themselves short because of limitations that other people have created. It really not annoys me. It saddens me. I also know if anyone's going to help someone get out of their own way, it's going to be me as well.
Yeah, I understand.
What would it be worth to you to see your parents not have to work as much, to be a great role model for your younger siblings, to actually finally fulfill the wishes of that little girl that decided that when she was 5, 6, 7 years old? What would that be worth for you?
It would be worth a lot.
How much?
A lot.
10,000, 5,000, priceless,
Yeah,
priceless.
yeah, I guess, yeah.
So are you not joining because you logistically cannot join? Or are you not joining because you're scared of letting go of the little you have?
More combination of both.
So you do have something, but you're scared of letting go of it.
Or logistically wise, I generally don't.
You got zero.
I just bought a car with my partner.
Why?
We didn't have a car.
I didn't have a car till I was 22. Do you know, actually, that's funny you said that because it like relates to my story. Do you know the money I invested in my first program? That actually was saved for a car and driving lessons. But then I decided that in a real world where my priorities are straight, I had bigger responsibilities of saving my family more than.
Sorry. Just enjoying it. But essentially, I've funneled her down to the point where I think she's sold, and now I need to like go through logistics. So that's why I'm just taking it there, because I know that like the conversation around whether she should do it or not is undeniable that she should. Now it's about money.
Buying a driving around a car. So I invested my money, and then within, like I said, a year, and I moved to Brazil and Paraguay, I learned how to drive there and bought a car. I'm not saying you need to do the same thing, but it's once again a measurement of how willing you are to do everything you can to get to your goal. Because once again, how much more likely would you be to sell your car, go all in on yourself if you just believed in yourself and you knew that you'd be at 10K a month for the next 6 months? Would you not? Go on.
Oh, it's just logistically wise because he needs that car
For what specifically? For work?
for work.
Okay. And what about besides the car? Is there anything else you could do to get resourceful?
Not at the moment. If I'm being completely honest, not at the moment.
So why did you put on your form you have 1,000 to 2,000 to invest?
Yeah, just that amount.
Yeah, you said you got zero. So why did you tell me you got zero?
Oh, well,
So you do have something.
it's a little bit of something.
Yeah, so that's not zero. So you need to be more specific.
Mm.
Are you willing to let go of that to get to where you want to go, to get closer to where you want to go?
Yes.
Yeah?
Mm.
So if we can find some agreement and you like the program, because I haven't even covered the program with you, do you want to join so I can actually do what your coach hasn't done?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sound too excited about it.
Sorry, I'm tired. I worked a full day today.
Okay, fair enough. All right then. So I'll run you through the program, and then
Okay, so that's the call. I'll show you that she.
that's the only way you're going to be able to show the universe that you actually believe in your goals, and then in turn can have them. So if the only decision you had to make was to bear a bit of judgment from your family for more money.
Oh, because then.
Okay, cool. So what are you specifically working with that you can invest in yourself, and then we can speak about maybe like monthly payments?
This is after the pitch, and I go for the close, and she gives me more objections.
I just feel like I still need to talk to my partner about this.
Okay, is that because it's his money, or what's that?
It would be with
Oh, he would need to pay for it.
both of us.
Oh, it's your money together.
Mm.
Do you have any of your own money, or like do you literally put all of your money in that one pot?
I don't have a lot of money. No.
Okay. So do you think that your partner would want you to earn the scale so you can, I guess, make it a situation where in both of your lives you don't have to blink at $10,000?
Yeah, of course.
Why do you want you to though?
Yes, just so you can see like his growth.
Good. And what about, is there any reason he wouldn't want you to?
It is a lot of money with him. Like we're still paying off the car, so.
How much is the monthly car payment, and how much did you put down?
It's paying. We paid it all off. It was a one-time payment deposit, but it's like borrowed money from relatives.
So you borrowed money from relatives for a car. How much was the car?
60, over 60.
60,000.
Yeah.
So what would make you in a situation where you don't believe that those same people would also loan you the money to back yourself and make more money?
Oh, because
Okay, partner objections, logistics, like I think the fear is gone. Like I think she knows she needs to work with me.
then it would then now have to explain why
And what's the problem with that?
they're Asian.
That doesn't matter. I've got agents on my program. Brandon Ratsami, 25K a month.
It's the understanding.
Okay. And what do you think that says to your unconscious mind, you being too afraid to display your goals? What story do you think you're telling it?
It's not, because I know how it will turn out very much.
Okay. How would it turn out? And how do you know?
I've tried before, like it didn't go well.
How do you know you didn't just explain it right?
I tried to explain it as clearly.
Would you tell them if you was at 20K a month?
Sorry?
Would you tell them if you was making $20,000 a month? Would they understand it then?
Yeah.
So why do you need a proof? Like even them, why have you tried to tell them? Do you need proof of results to then in turn convince them that it is working? Because then if you unpack their problem is not with the thing you're doing, it's with the money you're making from the thing you're doing. But what's so bad about that? Because if you believe that you already had the 20K a month, you wouldn't have a problem with them telling you, oh, you can't do that because you've not made money. I'm trying to say that with your parents, their problem is not with the thing you're doing. They don't have a problem with high ticket sales. They have a problem with the results you've got with high ticket sales. If you was making 30K a month for doing high ticket sales, they wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, right.
So the thing is, I literally guarantee you, if you're too scared to tell your family what you're really doing, I guarantee you'll never achieve your goal. I guarantee it, because you're constantly, every single day, operating out of a state of mind where you're hiding what you want. And the universe will not reward that. So the fundamental foundation of this conversation has all boiled down to your lack of self-belief. And you need to prove to the universe that you do believe in yourself. Which would be telling the fucking world that you want to achieve certain things, not being scared to show it, backing yourself and investing in yourself, having a cutthroat conversation with your family and basically saying, hey, I understand that you don't understand right now, but this is what I'm doing and I'm okay with that. I'm proud of that. I don't care if you're on board or not, this is what I'm doing. That's the only way you're going to be able to show the universe that you actually believe in your goals, and that then in turn can have them.
Taking it back to the original bottlenecks, like you not telling them, you not fucking putting your like goals out there for people to understand and see, is you just reinforcing a narrative that you're scared, and then in turn you're not going to get it.
So if the only decision you had to make was to bear a bit of judgment from your family for the next 3 months or 4 months until you figure it out, but actually be open and honest about it, if that was the only hard decision you had to make, would you bear that judgment for 4 months to get everything you ever wanted?
Yeah, I would.
So what do you think you need to do?
Tell them, I guess.
Are you going to?
Yeah, I probably will.
You sure?
Yeah.
Why?
Very much like you said, need to tell them in order to fully.
Okay. So besides that, do you want to work with me? I don't know, you got to like speak to your boyfriend about the full amount and things like this. But do you want to work?
I do.
You sure?
I
know I'm pretty intense, but how much closer do you think you'd be at your goals if you was as intense as me?
would be a lot closer.
You'd be that, yeah?
Mm.
So I know it's like maybe different for you. So let's address the uncertainty. Do you want to work with me or not? Don't think about money, don't think about anything like that. Do you want to work with me?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. So
Cool. Essentially, I get I don't know how much the down payment is. I think I get like a $300 down payment, but then she comes back in a few days with her boyfriend and she closes on a 2K a month payment plan for an 8K total program. Okay. So she's paying 2K a month for 4 months, which is obviously a good deal. Obviously, logistically, she was in a tough spot, but the overall TLDR point is that she came in, she was like, I have a coach, I have a skill problem, I have an offer problem, I just want to network with you. And then we've come in and been like, hey, you've actually got a coach, but you can't solve the problem you've got. You've also got internal bottlenecks. You've also got a lack of self-belief. You've also got a lack of self-confidence. You've also too scared to share your goals. I mean, you're not going to achieve your goals unless you actually solve those problems. And I'm the only person in the sales space who can solve those problems. So I built so much trust, rapport, value for her that it made it inevitable that she was going to buy. So that's one bit of advice my business partner, Jack, gives to people in the program around sales calls. It's like, make the call so undeniably valuable that they would pay the price of the program just for that one-on-one alone. And then they will buy. Okay. So keep that in mind.
Let me know if you've got any questions or any key takeaways in the comments. And yeah, that's it.